Oh, hello. Welcome to another tax season. This is Christy. I am the owner of Pack Tax, and I'm excited to give you a few of the updates of what you need to know to get ready for this season. Okay, so it's January 2025, and we're talking about your taxes for 2024, right? Because we're always like a year behind. So what we're getting ready to file right now is your 2024 individual and business taxes. So I wanted to go over just a few of the quick changes. I know in some years we've had major changes from the prior year. This year, there's not that many. The 2024 taxes are actually pretty similar to what was there for 2023. Not a lot of giant changes, but a few little changes I want to talk about. And then in theory, we have some really big changes coming for next year, but that's all a hot mess. And we'll just see what actually happens and what gets through Congress and all of that. So, okay, here's some key things that you need to know for the 2024 tax year, which is what we're filing right now in 2025, right? So first thing, the standard deduction has increased, which that's good news, and it always does a little bit. So for single filers, the standard deduction is now $14,600. For married couples, it's $29,200. And then remember, for certain people in certain ages, you get a little bit of a bump on top of that for the standard deduction. Now, still, I would recommend that let's look at all of your itemized deductions, even if you think you're not going to itemize. Sometimes you really do have more than you think you do. And so don't just totally rule everything out because you see that standard deduction number. So bring us all your stuff. So other updates, the tax brackets have been adjusted, and that happens every year as well. They kind of adjust a little bit for inflation so that you can basically make a little bit more money every year before being kicked into the higher tax brackets. But that's been fairly normal. Child tax credit changes, they're normal. So they're the same as they were pre-pandemic. It means it's $2,000 per child for children you're claiming as dependents who are under 17. So remember, if they turned 17 in 2024, they no longer qualify for that child tax credit. Now, they do still qualify for, well, they could still qualify for the other dependent credit, which is still worth some money. So again, bring us all of your stuff. Let's look at it. Even if you think that maybe something, maybe now it's not worth it to claim that kid, it might be. So this is where our expertise really comes in, that we can look at the whole situation and see, well, wait a minute, you might still want to claim something, or you might still qualify for something. The biggest change I think that's kind of different than last year is on energy credits. So the energy credits for your home still exist, new hot water heater, furnace, windows, exterior doors, this type of thing. So bring us that information. And also there are new way of claiming credits for electronic vehicles. So if you did purchase a qualifying EV in 2024, bring us that information and we will look at all of it. So those are basically the only updates. Other things are pretty much status quo. So if you'll notice, like, you should have received from us a checklist and an intake form that goes through all the stuff that we need to know and that you need to make sure that you have so that your taxes can be done correctly. So we're going to ask you that before your appointment, before you have your taxes done by us, make sure you fill out that intake document. And honestly, like, it's not that bad. It's one page front and back, and you can either fill out that intake form, which if you got the mailer, it's on the orange sheet, or we have the electronic version that we've put into your TaxDome file. So if you prefer that way, you can go into TaxDome and fill out your client organizer. It's the same thing. It's the exact same questions. You don't have to do both. You can pick one or the other, whichever is more convenient for you. It's just, we have to have that information before we can file. And it's going to walk you through all the stuff just to make sure that you're not missing anything. But as a note, like, traditional CPA firms, like, I don't know if you ever went to them in the past, like, they would mail you a packet that was like 40 pages and you had to fill out all the stuff. That's not this. It is literally one page front and back. So we've tried to make it as efficient as possible, but we really do need that information. Like, if you don't go through that stuff, we might be missing stuff, and we want to make sure that your taxes are done right. So please, please, please fill out your intake information either on the orange sheet that we mail to you, or there's a PDF version too on the website you can download there, or you can go to your TaxDome and fill out the client organizer. And that format just walks you through basically one step at a time and you type it in. So we don't care how you do it. We just need the information. So just make sure you're gathering all your stuff, that your information's all up to date. If you've changed your address during the year, let us know, because we need to actually notify the IRS that your address has changed. It's not enough to just give them a new address. They have to also be told, like a checkbox, that this is a new address to get everything updated. And then, of course, if you have any new things, we want to know about those. Who got married? Did you have a baby? Did you buy a house? Like anything new or weird, bring it to your appointment and tell us about us. Tell us about it. We want to see how that plays into your taxes. That pretty much is it. And so we're really grateful for you. We appreciate you. In case you didn't notice, PAC Tax has done a little bit of expanding lately. And so we actually now have 7 locations that can help you. We're trying to make it more convenient to do your taxes so that you don't have to drive super far. But also keep in mind, you never have to drive anyway. If you just wanted to have a virtual appointment, like to jump on a Zoom with us, we do that for thousands of clients. So, but we also love to see you when you come in the office. But we do have multiple locations. So you can call or go online to schedule. When you do that, it's going to allow you to select which location that you'd like to visit. So just whatever's convenient for you, and we can help coordinate with that. So thank you so much. We appreciate you, and happy tax time.